Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Today is the second International Buddhist Online Forum. Today's topic will be real life, real practice, Buddhist teaching for a generation that needs to, not theory. So let us open the event by reciting Namo Tassa 3 times. Namo Tassa
นะโม ตัส
Bhagavato
สะ
วโด
ภะ
อะ
คะวะ
ระ
โต อะ
สั
ระ
ม
หะโต
มาโด
Bhagavato
สัมมา
สัม
สัม
มา
พุท
สัม
ธัส
พุท
สะ
ธัสสะ
นะโม
โม
ตัส
ตั
สะ
สสะ
ภะ
ภะ
คะ
คะ
วะ
วะ
โต
โต
อะระหะโต
อะระหะโต
สัม
สัม
มา
มา
สัม
สั
พุท
ม
ธัส
พุท
สะ
ธัสสะ
นะโม ตัส
Namo
สะ ภะ คะวะ
Tassa
โต
ภะ
อะ
คะ
ระ
วะ
หะ
โต
โต
อะระหะ
สัม
โต
มา
สั
สัม
ม
พุ
มา
ทธัส
พุทธัส
สะ
สะ
So let me announce the agenda a little bit for today. So first we pay homage to the Buddha by reciting the Tassa 3 times. I will do a little bit housekeeping announcement, and we're going to have introduction to the panelists, and we'll start the main discussion. After that, we'll have a question and answer, and then closing remark by the organizer, and then we'll conclude by reciting Buddha Sarana Siddham 3 times. And first, Zoom etiquette. So please mute your microphone when you are not speaking. Turn your camera when possible, and use the chat and Q&A feature for question and comment. And raise your hand before speaking so that we know that you are ready to ask questions. And be respectful and mindful of others, and avoid distraction. And speak clearly and briefly so that we can conclude our forum in times. So first, we'll have an introduction to our panelists. And then I will call out the name, and then please introduce yourself a little bit briefly. So first, we have our panelists, Venerable Fusop Doji Lama.
Okay, thank you, Philip. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone. I am Venerable Fusop Doji Lama. I am from Nepal. I was born in Nepal but raised in India, South India, called Balapupe, one of the biggest Tibetan refugee settlement. And I grew up there in a monastery, which is very beautiful and one of the special and spiritually very famous in Tibetan Buddhism called Namroling Monastery. I did my year from that institute. And then I came to Thailand and I pursued my MA in IBSc, Mahatulalandam Raja Vidyalaya, majoring Buddhist studies. Now currently I'm enrolled in PhD and I'm a PhD candidate. And nice to meet you all. Hope our seminar will be successful today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Venerable. And next one we have is Venerable Vimalananda.
Good evening, all of you. Most respected Venerable Sirs, on all distinguished guests. I am Venerable Vimalananda from Bhiksu University of Sri Lanka, Anuradhapura. There, I am working as a senior lecturer attached to the Department of Pali and Buddhist Studies, Faculty of Buddhist Studies. Actually, considering today topic, I'm very much happy to discuss about regarding this topic based on Buddhist perspective. Venerable Visuddha contact me. I very much express my thanks to Venerable Visuddha. Actually, nearly five years, I work with Venerable Visuddha in Thailand as a researcher of Tipitaka studies based on different kinds of manuscripts. That relationship still we can continue arranging like this fruitful discussions. Today I am represent from Sri Lanka to exchange, sharing some thoughts, Buddhist teachings with our other Buddhist researchers. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, Venerable Sayadaw Shimbususa from Tawaku Education Forum. Oh, you are muted. Yeah.
Hello, good evening, Gaji, good afternoon, good morning, everyone. I am Venerable Visuddha, the organizer of this International Buddhist Online Forum. I'm board. I reside in Pianwulin, Myanmar. I'm working as a senior lecturer in Tawago Education Center and Tamadra Language College, International Buddhist Education Center, IVEC, the University of IVEC. Now I organize this board program to contact, to create the network over the world so that we can have a good relationship and create a good Buddhist network. I'm very happy to exchange our perspective, our view. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Monday. Next is we have Shin Wana TV.
Hello, good evening, everyone. So I'm delighted to have opportunity to participate in this event. So let me introduce myself. My name is Ashen Wanasirit. I'm from Myanmar. Currently, I'm studying at the Gujarat University under the ICCR scholarship of India government. So very nice to meet you, all of you. So I'm looking forward to discussion and also listening for different point of view for all people. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Venerable. And then this, my name is Almo. I am born and raised in Myanmar, Yangon, and I've been in the United States over about 25 years. And I am also work with a bunch of nonprofit organization, religious organization, and also at the Harvard University, and then teaching meditation and mindfulness to the community here. And I'm excited to be here and then participating and then leading the panel today, and then excited and then to see what new perspective that we're going to get from Venerable around the world. So with that, let's get started into our main topic. So the main reason that we choose this topic is that Buddhism has been seen in the world differently, especially in the 21st century. And then a lot of Buddha teaching we have is from the scriptures. And then based on the different perspective, a different current situation, a lot of Westerner kind of interested in the Buddhism also, and also with a lot other non-Buddhist country. So this topic is going to bring us together how the Buddha teaching can be practiced in the real life in a modern day situation, because these days all the Gen Z people, they need the tools, and they are not interested in dogma or philosophy that much yet, but they have to see how they can utilize any of the knowledge first before they can start going deeper into it. So with that, I'm going to start with the first question. How can Buddha teaching such as dukkha, anicca, anatta can be translated into practical tool for daily life for modern day society.
Okay. Just based on our topic, you will you keep the question one by
Yes,
one, or
so we're going to have I'm going to bring up a topic. Maybe audience can ask questions in the chat box, and then we will take time to answer each person perspective.
Okay. Okay, Pass. How shall we interpret the dukkha, anicca, anatta? Okay, let's say dukkha. For me, very easy. The problem, the situation that we are not satisfied, the environment, the condition that we are not satisfied, we get into trouble. That is a dukkha. The anicca is simply we say impermanent. Anatta is a huge topic. Little by little, we can go. Just now, I will skip. I will get the floor to Venerable Puson. How will you interpret dukkha?
Actually, dukkha also are very seems very simple, that oh, dukkha is suffering, but actually it's the curse of the teaching of the Buddha, the main root cause of the. Because as being a human beings, not only human beings, all sentient beings, they don't want dukkha, sufferings. So I think, in my view, dukkha is the one main connector between all human beings in this world. So if we can use dukkha as a tool, I think we can connect with everyone. In this modern so-called 21st century, people are divided because of lobha, dosa, and moha, right? So there is lots of conflicts going on. Right now, we can not only see, we can just experience it in our country. Another part of the country is having some conflicts, but we are suffering, sitting in this, even a room. Many institutions, many offices are now going online instead of on-site. So being seeing that we are powerful, we are white, we are black, or something is dividing. But dukkha, if we really understand it, that dukkha, then it will be one of the bridge to connect with each other. So the opposite of dukkha will be sukha, right? So the happiness. And of course, another connections between human beings will be happiness, because nobody wants dukkha means everyone is craving, everyone wants sukha. So the main teachings of the Buddha also, the cause of suffering, the Four Noble Truths, whatever it is, like Eight Noble Path, everything when it's concluded to exclude the dukkha and to get the enlightenment, like happiness. So that's why it can be a major connector, main connecting point or bridge to the world. A very good example of this is just happened in United States, right? A peace walk. We can see how much people are in suffering, how just one simple peace walk can connect thousands and millions of people, not only in the United States, all over the world. So the beauty of that peace walk I see as being a Vietnamese monk, being Theravada Bhikkhu, with an Indian dog, walking in the United States. Why? Because of excluding the dukkha and giving peace, happiness to all. So maybe my view will be dukkha, we shouldn't take it grantedly. Sukha, we shouldn't take it grantedly. It is the main core things. That's why the teachings of Buddha emerged. So thank you.
Yes, thank you very well. Very insightful. Yeah, we all have dukkha, and then everybody wants dukkha. So that is the main connecting to for people to practice and learn about Buddhism. Very insightful. Anybody else want to put a comment?
Venerable Vimala.
Yes, but actually, it is very basic teaching in our Buddhist philosophy. If we can understand correctly these three things in this society, we can solve lot of problems. In the first sermon preached by the Buddha in Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, clearly explain what is these things. What is the first one is dukkha. Venerable Visuddha and Venerable Pulsam Lama clearly explain about the foundation of dukkha. We know, considering the Buddhist perspective, our Lord Buddha's teaching not only theoretical point of view. Every teaching we can apply in this society. In Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta clearly mentioned what is the meaning of dukkha. Our venerables very well know jatipi dukkha. Birth is suffer. Jarapi dukkha. We decay after the birth. It is also dukkha. Vyadipi dukkha. We have to face a lot of disease. It is also dukkha. Not only that, in this sentence, sorry, I think I can
Last
hear.
question.
I think now it's okay, right? Okay.
Okay.
In the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, yam picca nalabati tampi dukkam. If anything not received me, it is also dukkha. It is very important to consider about this stanza, this sentence. Considering the in this society, we can clearly understand lot of problems emerge in this society because of this reason. Some peoples in this society, they are hoping lot of things from others. It is not correct way. That is why we have to face dukkha. In nutshell, say in this sutta, Sankittena panchupadanakkhandha dukkha. In our life, completely say it is a suffer. That is why Lord Buddha interpreting as a second step anatta, anicca, dukkha and anatta. If anything suffer, it is not permanent. Everything is impermanent, anicca. Everything change. Without knowing these things in this society, emerge a lot of problems. In this moment also, we are facing a lot of struggle. Actually, if we can consider what is the reason all this struggle, we can understand. It is no need to consider about our another. In today we know a lot of religion exist in this society, but our Lord Buddha interpret in his teaching. Buddhist teaching is realistic. how we live in this society, solving every struggle, every problems. That is why our Lord Buddha's teaching very useful. Anicca, dukkha, and anatta. If we can understand the last step, anatta, if anything dukkha, everything we can understand as impermanent. Change, everything going to change. Then we can understand not lot of anything belong to me, not non-self. It is very basic teaching from our Lord Buddha's teaching. This thing we can clearly understand. It is very useful to solve a lot of problem in this society. Okay.
Thank you, Bande. Anybody want to add on anything?
No, Venerable Vanasiri, we should go in rotation to Raji. Venerable Vanasiri.
Yes. In my understanding, I would like to translate the three concepts. So, suffering. Yeah, we can translate the dukkha, suffering, problems. So the problem is very common in the human society. We have so many problems, mental problem, physical problem. We have so many crises. That's why I can translate the dukkha as a problem, mental problem, physical problem, and crisis. So, one thing very common for everyone is problem. So everyone, regardless nationality, regardless culture, regardless religion, we have problem. So we can understand everybody have each problem. I want to translate the dukkha. So second is the anicca, yeah, anicca, so impermanence, uncertainty, and in the modern society, I think the future of human being is uncertain. So we are not sure what the future going to be happen. We are not sure. Now we have challenges for like AI. So not only the field of study, but also every field of the society, we have uncertainty. Even though I'm studying philosophy department, so at the same time, I'm worried about my future because AI trying to replace my opportunity, my career. So I think nowadays the history of a human being is uncertain. So what does it mean uncertain? Uncertain means a nature. Not gradually, repeatedly changing because of modern technology. This is impermanence, a nature. So another can be translated non-self, right? This is a common way of translation. So non-self means I am not belong to any group, no self. So I'm not represent any group. So the non-self is the opposite of non-self is pluralism, diversity. So this is mine. According to Pali, Ida Mewa, this Moga Minyan. This is mine. This is my nationality. this is my religion, this is my culture. So this is my mind. This is self, not non-self. So non-self means diversity, pluralism. So the opposite of self is fundamentalism, so dangerous. So because of fundamentalism, so we are belong to other group, we are belong to one group. So based on our perspective, we trying to argue each other. If we understand, we are not belong to any group. So this me nonsense. So currently, I understand nonsense like this. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. So yeah, I feel like it's a little bit more theoretical, and then how do we solve the current situation? Because right now we just talk about the petrol price and then lines, and then people already know dukkha. And then how do we have solution? We have a lot of definition and then how to see it, this and that. But in reality, how many people can see anicca, dukkha, anatta clearly? Not to see it, but let's say about it, understand it would be quite difficult for people on a non-monastic background to understand what it is. But how do we translate that so that they can use it? The Buddha teaching, not just a theory. This is our main topic, right? So how do you feel that, how can we give people that they can understand and then solve the current situation right here? Maybe within like, when you have a chance to talk to somebody for 2 minutes, how do you give some tools for them to use it? So, so do anybody have any example that used recently to talk to somebody and then give some Buddha teaching in a way that they can solve a problem right away, right then?
Okay, let me add on. Just make a joke. No, really, my idea, Ragaji, idea is a little bit, how to say, different. That's why the panelists will get surprised. That's a kind of dukkha. Because I thought each panelist will discuss about 3 minutes or 5 minutes based on their real life, real practice, the teaching of the Buddha, the Dhamma. We will talk about that topic. And then, based on this talk, we will discuss. That's my idea. I thought before that. Right now, Pikaji moderator, he asked the specific question. I got the surprise. That's not also a kind of dukkha. Politically.
But it's going to be in a chat, so it's
Never mind,
over
never
in
mind.
5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, let me take it, the opportunity. And anyway, I think, did you prepare for this real life, real practice, the teaching of the Buddha, and so on? If you have prepared or your own idea, please just get about 5 minutes. That will be better, not? Let's go back to our main.
Yeah.
Time. Okay, who would like to start? Anyway, Pusum, Lama, did you prepare for this our topic?
Okay.
If you
Oh,
are asked by someone to talk about that, how will you do? What will you talk?
yes. Before talking about theoretically, let's see the gap between theory and practice. Actually, now many individuals around the world encounter or get to know Buddhism through philosophical discussion, academic seminar like today's, and rituals, academic studies, universities, or Dhamma teaching, right? So actually, it is preserving traditions they are doing good job, but sometimes it's creating gap between theoretical and understanding how to apply in practical. So as the result, especially new generation, like Gen Z, we can say Gen Z also, they are becoming a huge gap. One big example for that we can see in Japan. Now, many temples in Japan are empty, and because of that, they just newly introduced a AI robot monk who can chant, who can give the teachings. So why it's happening? Why this gap is happening? Because we are more in theory. We whenever we are giving teachings, we give teachings according to this Pitaka will say this Buddha says this. So that's main reason maybe we are not connecting with the new generation people. We have to talk, integrate Buddhist teaching with the modern problems, modern mind, right? So we cannot use same teaching like theory to this modern world. So what's happening means because of this, teaching remains intellectual rather than experimental. Practices feel detached from daily struggles, right? So people forget to actually Buddhism is a way of life. But because we cannot pursue the teaching correctly to the modern people, so practices feel detached from daily life. Young people especially feels Buddhism as outdated because of the teachings fundamentally. But in Buddha, uh, in Pali, you will say that Buddha never emphasized Buddhism as a theoretically. He always emphasized as a practical, fundamentally practical. One word in Pali is ehipasiko, right? Ehipasiko, if I'm not correct. Like, I'm not so good in Pali, so I'm come and see. It means come and see. Inviting people to come and see the teaching. That means examine yourself. That means it's more practical. But how we presenting is uh, creating a gap between the modern. But like we recently, I came to Thailand in 2019, and 2019 is the peak of COVID-19, right? So we just stopped our venerable doctor professor from Sri Lanka. He just highlighted the Dhamma Chakkapavatana Sutta of the Four Noble Truths, right? So when COVID arises, look, even the scientists, maybe they never heard about the Four Noble Truths, the suffering, the cause of suffering, the sensations of suffering, and the path to end of the suffering. But what they do is they try to recognize the suffering, that is COVID-19, right? So suffering. Then they come to know what is the cause of the suffering. Maybe gathering together, maybe eat of bad, something like many gossiping, wrong information was going around. But they found, and they know that, like anicca, everything is anicca, like impermanence. If it's started, it have to be end. So it will be end for sure. But they try to find the real antidote for the COVID-19, and they apply it as a for the end of the sensation of the suffering. So they say that, oh, no social gathering, maybe vaccination need not only one boost, two boosts, three boosts, many times. And we saw it accordingly. So not only for medical problem, right, for Noble Truth applying, even academic today's, like when I'm searching about today's topic, or I'm doing my research, first we find out the problems, right? And same, we apply for Noble Truth. So when we are doing research also, we try to find the gaps, the main problem, and the solutions, and we present the solution, the path, the suggestions. Then our paper will be the good. So look, even knowingly and unknowingly, people are following the Four Noble Truths. But if we can connect together with the modern solutions or modern educations to ancient and spiritual and present the youngster, they will be surprised because Four Noble Truths may be applying now, all people, but Buddha already taught before 2000 600 years ago. And another main tools we can present, many people now worldly following is mindfulness practices, which really benefiting lots of people. And now even for the counseling and giving psychological treatment, people are using it. But unfortunately, they didn't give credit to Buddhism. That they didn't give credit to Buddha. The European system, they ask us when we do research, we need to give credit or put footnotes or references. But somehow when they bring our mindfulness technique, our Four Noble Truths technique, everything to their countries, they give a new name, scientific name, and sadly they didn't give the references. So if we give a Buddhist teaching according to this modern society, it will be very benefit for all the people. And maybe we can more inspire, especially our youth, which are our future. Thank you.
You start already? Okay. Can you hear?
Yeah.
No, okay.
Yes. According to the Buddhist teaching, how to live in this society without any struggle, our Lord Buddha's teaching clearly explain for all people. Actually, suffer is very big issue. In one place, Buddha interpreting, Dalidyanko bhikkhave dukkha. Sometimes the main reason for dukkha in this, considering in this society, if we not enough money, it is also dukkha. It is not enough for some needs thing. Considering today, our all people in the world facing lot of problems. Not only one thing. Actually, considering today Sri Lanka, I think our other my colleagues also agree with me. We are looking what will be happen to tomorrow. Exactly, we don't know. We know in the world doing many struggle. As a human being, we have to face. However, we cannot do suicide. After looking everything, we know everything is impermanent, but we cannot do suicide by ourselves. We have to live in this society after understanding. We don't know tomorrow we have enough foods, lodging. We don't know in our this accommodations also we cannot do exactly suppose that tomorrow also we have to stay here or not. Last December, we faced another struggle. I think our Myanmar, our Bantes also, our Myanmar peoples also faced very big issue in last time, the earthquake. In Sri Lanka also, we faced in last December, the Ditwa storm. Lot of people destroy their everything within one night. Our peoples cannot to control their mind. After that, we discuss with them. We trying to understand the real thing real situation in this world. Actually, that thing we can do as a spiritual leader, as a Buddhist leader, as a Buddhist teacher. We know everything in our Lord Buddha's teaching theoretically. Our Venerable Konson Lama explained our Lord Buddha's teaching. Everything explained in the Tipitaka Sutta. Every sutta. For example, our lot of Western people also today very much like to practice Satipatthana. Satipatthana, if we can practice, clearly understand it, we can solve every problems and we can live in peacefully without any struggle because we know the real situation in this society, in this life. Today I saw one example from the internet. That story explain what is the real life of of monk. As a monk, we are living very simple life. How we live in simple life than other lay people? We know our lay people, they have to do lot of things. They have to take care of their family life. They have to earn a lot of money to protect their children and relatives, and they have to do lot of thing in the house life. But considering our monk life, we are living very simple life. How we live as simple life? Because we are understanding according to our Lord Buddha's teaching. If we can understand about our life, we can solve every problem, lot of problems. That is why our Lord Buddha's teaching, simply we interpret, we explain, we teach our people. But unfortunately, today, I don't know about other lot of our Buddhist countries. For example, considering our Buddhist society in Sri Lanka, with the temple, lot of old generation come and join lot of religious activities. But younger generation, little bit away from the religious activities. They are not coming to meditate. They are very less. Always they are doing with the technology. Always they are working with the technology. But technology also impermanent. It is, we can understand after our Lord Buddha's teaching correctly. Therefore, simply we should realize to our our younger generation. After understanding by them, they also can live in this society, solving lot of problems. Okay.
Okay. Monday, Manaziri.
The explanation given by our previous venerable already completed, so I don't need to add anymore. So I have no idea about that. So carry on, please carry on the program. Thank you.
Okay.
So
Would you like
yeah,
to
so let
continue?
me add a little
Okay.
bit comment and my own perspective, because I come from a generation, I have half and half. I get an older generation. I live in the Myanmar for a pretty good 20 years, and I live other half of my life in the United States. So what I see these days is like Venerable said, we have a lot of digital stuff, software app, they are on a cell phone, while the older generation is meditating. So we have a very big disconnect. So the main reason I like about this topic is like this generation, they need tools. They want to solve something, they download the app on their phone, and then they try to look for it. The same way with the AI these days. So AI concept has been there for a long time, but last 3-4 years, they package it properly to give you something that you want and you need in a time frame that is you need it. So is the Buddha teaching like Venerable Fusaksa is already have all the Four Noble Truths people are practicing without knowing it. But the thing is that packaging that we have is in a old way. So people are trying to see, like they just want to open a package or install an app and want to solve a problem, but they don't want to know too much about what is that called, what is Four Noble Truths. People are not interested in it that much, especially in the younger generation. What they're interested in is like they see something and then what is that going to benefit them? So if I put it in a business way, any problem, there's a solution. If the solution is going to solve the problem, then that solution is going to sell it. But we are not putting in the way that solution is maybe sell, maybe not sell, depending on your practice, depending on how you understand it, then they are not interested in that solution. That's why we see in a lot of monastery, older generation are meditating, while younger generation are completely not interested and they stay on the phone. So what I see is that we have to package in the way that younger generation would understand. And then we have to package in a way that they can use it to solve their problems. Because when I go to monastery, they start teaching the Namo Tassa and their 5 precepts and this and that. And then after that, they recite it, and parents very happy about it because their children can recite all those. But the thing is that when they go back to school, they have no use for it in terms of that talking about it, how to apply it. That area is really weak in terms of what I see in the generation born in United States. So we have to teach them in a way that they could apply and practice in their school also. Otherwise, then it's not going to solve their daily life. The Sunday going to monastery and then get some teaching became another job for them that they won't enjoy. So with that, so the framing that we try to do is different now. So let me give you another example. If I put it as a meditation in a Harvard University, not Harvard University, let's say in a community, a few people show up, maybe 3 people show up. If I put it as a mindfulness practice, then maybe 7 or 8 people will show up. But if I put it as a stress management, hey, come and learn how to relieve your stress, then 20 people will show up. But let's say that you're going to experience how to relieve the stress within 1 hour, then probably I get 30 people sign up. So the framing is different. I'm going to teach them Anapana breathing technique or how to relax yourself. That is mainly I'm going to give them. But the way that I put a title, the way that I advertise it, the way that I frame it, I package it, is totally driving the audience. And also, the thing is that there are people that who just come and then listen and they don't experience. So we traditionally, our preaching and teaching technique is focused on the lecture. But the thing is that if you have a wisdom, if you have paramita, then you are going to get it. But for the people who don't have it, it just one ear go in, one ear go out, and then they get out of the Dhamma hall and they forgot about it. So how do we change it? So the way that I've been experimenting lately is the experiential learning. So I won't give so many concepts. Within a 1 hour, I only give one concept. Hey, aware about your sensation, aware about your senses. And then what does that mean? How does it relate to you in your daily life? And then they're going to have questions and stuff, but I said, don't worry about questions. And they usually ask me about where is the proof? I used to tell them that you are going to be the proof, you're going to follow through the guided process. And at the end, you can experience it already. And then you tell me what you experience, you like it or not. So that kind of packaging and framing has been very helpful because they can understand one concept and then they can experience that concept. And then after that, the conclusion, I help them to relate it. Hey, you have know the concept about, let's say, dukkha. You have feel it. I made them sit for like 15 minutes without moving. They see the dukkha right there. And then after that, that kind of dukkha is everywhere, like Lama Fuso said, that, hey, you see it here, you see it there. But once you stop moving, stop sitting and start moving around, that thing is disappear. So then you can see that it's impermanent. So anytime you see a problem that gives you difficulties, then you feel that once you get up and do something else, then that is going to go away. So that concept of right there, the experience is right there, and then you just cue them to make them related to their daily life. So then they realize, but they don't know Four Noble Truth, they don't know Nesa Dukkha Anatta, but they know and experience what is the impermanences. So that's the I have come in mind when I talk about creating tools for the generation, not a theory.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Your practical way, pragmatic tool that we need. We
So we have some raised hand. Yeah.
Asian people, we are very difficult to go out of the lecture, out of the test. Whenever we talk, without test, without quotation, is like the food, less food. But in the Western people, they don't need salt. Why? They just practice taste, Okay, thank you. Good. You are reciting in the Western, you know the way, you know them well. Yeah, the Kamaji Tehan also want to add some comment. I will give it a chance.
Yeah, I would like to share my research paper in the 2019 United Nations BSAC paper. In my research paper, I proposed it for the young generation instead of the meditation center or things. They are the game generation. So I would like the monastic community, the Dhamma community to join with those who have money, okay, to make a game. They are addicted to the game. So why don't we have the teaching instead of killing? They want to experiment killing in the game. So why don't we have the channel for the children, young generation to have the game, like very short game, but like the Jataka story or things like that, something what the killing can be in the hell or things like that, the very short story. This is who have money and who has the digital developer, cartoon developer to join hand together. That's a big project, the committee, to spread in English, that's fine. In Myanmar also it's fine. So this is my proposal, my suggestion. Then many conferences, we gather all the intellects, gather all the good, idea, but there is no implementation body to do it. So this is my suggestion, like the Tawagu Sayadaw, you have a very big network to make it at the game developer, to make it instill the young generation to be interested in the game as how will you go to the hell.
Yeah.
You press this one, it's my suggestion to implement. So we should have the implementation committee, not just talk. Every conference, very good ideas are compiled, but there is not at all implementation body. This is my suggestion if you are able person to start now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kamaji. That's a very good idea.
I would like to add,
We should
her.
implement.
I grew up in India, so I grew up watching Indian series, especially about Ramayana, Mahabharata.
Mm.
And because of that, I came to know Ramayana and Mahabharata better than Tripitaka. Because
Mm.
we in Tibetan tradition, we says that it's better to hear thousand like again and again, but hearing thousand times better seeing one time because visual effect is more effective effective for everyone.
Mm.
So why not
Mm.
we also same I was also discussing with my colleague and my friends like why don't we also develop some kinds of series, maybe anime movies to connect with the children, right? Buddha's anime series
Yeah.
and maybe Jadaka tell as
Mm.
we can put as a stories for students, especially easy to apply in Myanmar, right? Buddhist countries like
Mm.
Thailand. But do
Yeah.
we like implement like getting these kinds of because maybe 90, 80% or 60% of mental development will be in childhood. What we learn, we always remember this. Like example, for us, Losa is New Year. Chinese New Year is the biggest celebration. So whenever I go, I
Mm.
always remember my childhood, how we celebrate. So if we target like especially anime as a Buddhist teaching, like Buddhist teaching in like Gadagatel as a story, bed night story from the parents, maybe it will be really, really beneficial to connect with the modern society. And especially in nowadays, social media, especially TikTok, right? Like how many people are scoring, thousands of people. Only USA, when Donald Trump announced we are going to ban TikTok, how many problems were there? So why we Buddhist creators are not in there, right? Even I am not there because I am also not good as a content creator. So why don't we work like she suggests, like Venerable Specialist Yado from Tebu. I already met last time some
Mm.
social influencer, right? We work with them, we connect with them,
Mm.
try to
Mm.
create information. And as another Ong also mentioned that we need to repackage. Like nowadays, people also like packaging and branding. So maybe we need
Yeah.
to repackage and rebranding. Like just like one bag. I just saw one example like in social media. One just trash bag is like they are branding as Balenciaga or something. I'm not sure. It's just a trash bag.
Mm.
But they brand and it's selling $1,700 and people are buying it because of the branding and social media platform impact. So why can't we
Mm.
also? We don't need to brand because Buddhist teaching is really true. Everyone can connect. I always, whenever I teach Buddhism to like non-Buddhists, I always tell them that Buddhism maybe will be the international religion. After your own religion, everyone appreciate Buddhism because not as a religion, because as a truth or because as a way of life. So maybe so like uh, connect with the to connect with the modern people, we need to go digitally also, technology as our Dr. Bimala Nanda also highlighted about technology. So why can't we connect with the digital creators and just propose same thing that our sister just mentioned it. Thank you.
Mm.
Yes, actually, uh, Madam Thai Han pointed out very important point, and that point Venerable um, Song Lama also explained. Uh, in the Anguttara Nikaya 1 point, our Lord Buddha mentioned, Pabassara midam bhikkhave chitta. In beginning of our life, as a childhood, our baby life, our mind is very pure. But ආගන්තුකෙහි උපක්ඛිලිට්ඨේහි උපක්ඛිලිට්ඨා. After the attachment with other lot of defilements, our purified mind become pollute, bad. That is why today our younger generation face very big problem because of this technology game. Actually, those game, their mind addict automatically. Those lot of games not very peaceful. That is why if we can some story from Jataka and other Lord Buddha's teaching, we can create some creative story for our younger generation. It is very useful. Actually, today our parents face very big issue to protect their child. They are very much like to use a lot of game. But considering our life, our childhood, we never use like this thing. But today our lot of school children, very difficult to control by the teacher. Their parents, automatically, their mind change by those games. Who is the creator of those games? What is their aim of those creators? Actually, their aim to pollute, to destroy our younger, our students, our children's mind. That is why sometimes by our children, they trying to kill their relatives, their friends, their parents, their sisters, brothers, because they always live with the games. However, we trying to avoid our younger generation through those bad habit. It is very important point. If we can do it, it is very, very important for our society, for our future generation. Okay.
Okay, can I talk something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
When we are talking about younger generation, I have doubt that the venerable monks are not only senior but also junior. They really understand or know the mindset of younger generation. So I'm one of them. When I look at myself, what I understand is I don't really comprehend the mindset of younger generation when we are talking about generation. Because I don't know other community, but in the Myanmar community, in the Asian time, people, they respect the monks in Asian way. But in modern situation, younger generation, their value is gradually changing. So they look at the culture in the different perspective. So I think the definition of value, definition of culture is different from Asian time. But monks like me, we consider the mindset of younger generation from the Asian perspective. I understand like this mindset. That's why even though we are trying to get the solution, so our solution is not too much useful for younger generation because we don't really understand the mindset of younger generation. So I feel like this. Yes, I'm just sharing my feeling.
Yeah, Venerable, you bring up a very good point because we are not knowing our audience, our buyer mindset. That is the major issue that I see because in the old time, I grew up with Journey to the West, Wukong, and all that stuff. But if I ask today kids, they grow up with something else. So we are trying to keep pushing the old story to the younger generation, and we won't get interest. That's why the Siamate had said that why people not develop content for the kids in terms of understanding Buddha teaching, because it never come to fruition because there is no uh, benefit that people see to invest in it. Because for somebody to get up and do it, we are busy with a lot of our life works and stuff. So we really have to see the value in it. Because people don't see it, then they won't invest time, money to develop it. So we have to be more creative in terms of creating content and then creating tools for the newer generation. Because we always go back to the old way of thinking, like Venerable said, we always go back to the traditional way of thinking, hoping that new generation will understand. But we are not trying to understand the mindset of our audience, not just the younger generation. So for me, when I first come to the United States, I thought that if I explain people about Buddhism that way, they would take it. But the thing is that here, people grow up different, people thinking it's different. It's not Buddhist country. So if I explain the same way that I explain back home, then they would just fall and then, yeah, your Buddhism is not practical. So that's the kind of attitude that I'm going to get. So you have to understand, hey, how they grow up, how they think, and then this is how they understand. So, okay, now I have to explain in a way, I have to create the games in a way, I have to create the content in a way that those people can understand and interest. Then there could be a business in terms of not making money, business in terms of spreading Buddha teaching. Venerable Sirinda.
Okay. Thank you for all discussion, and then I want to discuss a little bit. Okay, and then yes, Venerable Wanatiri, yes, you bring very important question. I mean, yes, just this day I had. We are trying to solve the problem, 21st century problem, using 19th century solution. Yeah, now I think we are doing similar things in this day. Yeah. And another thing is, about the game development. I think as much as I know, it is about now Buddhism is about psychology, and when someone play the game, in their body they improve the their dopamine hormones improve, and then so they feel it's kinds of happiness. So they kinds of, I don't know how to say it, they feel excitement, and then because of that dopamine. But when we are creating the game based on the Buddhist teaching, and then it is okay. They might learn something. Younger generation might learn something, but and there are lots of side effects and things. So because when you are playing games, so you are not maybe you are not learning about Buddhism. Yeah, we should think about those one too, because and I'm not sure my pronunciation is correct or not. It's called Chanse Foundation from Tibetan tradition, and then they are providing lots of grants from Asoka grant or any other similar grants. They are all kinds of providing lots of they are providing lots of grants for such similar activities. So, but I'm not sure. There is someone who are doing game development with Buddhism. I'm not sure. Okay, and that's one thing. Okay, and another thing is yes, Venerable Lama and also Mr. Amo told us it's about kinds of packaging. Different packaging is very important. Yeah. When I joined just a few years ago, when I joined some contemporary meditation technique, yes, I think they are very great because, as you said before, so for example, when we said, okay, is it threat reduction retreat and then people come and join, but if they say it's about this practice, it's about this retreat, and they don't want to come, so yes, and at that time I also had some limitation. I mean, so there are many people in around the world. They are presenting MBSR, MBCD, CBD, MB, some similar way. And yes, they are good. They are very good because they integrated with other techniques such as yoga, or sometimes they integrated with art therapy or music therapy. There are many ways. Okay, but if we, I mean, and when I think about Buddhism, and then when I think about Buddhism, if we present it in a similar way, and I'm not sure in other country, but in Myanmar is a little, we might have a little problem because of in Myanmar, people would see it, and not only people but also the vulnerable. They would say, oh, is it aligned with the Buddhist teaching, or is it Theravada tradition? So it's very difficult to explain that because we are just doing a kind of intervention. So, and then one more thing is, yes, just like MBS House, MBCD, they are bringing mindfulness to all over the world, but they are just using only one part of the Buddhist teaching. So it's just like for me, it's just like, okay, take this medicine for your headaches. Take this, listen this song for your anxiety or something like that. It's a little bit similar way. They are not touching the root causes or the real reason, and that's why I think sometimes is it Buddhist monastery members' duty to talk about, to touch even up to the real sources of teaching, just like Anisatoka Anatta or something like that. Yeah, yes, but somehow yes, I also like a kind of intervention because now these days I'm teaching the four immeasurable to the Wagu students, and then at that time I feel that I need a kind of intervention. For example, when I teach Karuna, I should integrate some kinds of songs or art therapy or music therapy, but I'm trying to avoid it because I'm just want to teach the real way of Buddhist teaching. Yes, that's my situation. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts. Any other thoughts based on discussion that we have? Anybody?
I think I want to add to the Venerable Sirinda. Something is better than nothing. we are in the Buddhist country are worse than them. So those who follow the MBSR or MBCD, they are something better than nothing. But the goal is different. Our goal is to reach the fully enlightenment, but their goal is for the therapy. The goal is different. So it seems like shallow, but something is better than nothing. And our Myanmar people, they are far away from the meditation. So this is something I don't really like when they don't give the credit to the name of the Buddha. So this is in research terms, this is a plagiarism. I always think of this, but something is better than nothing, because when we read their books, they came to the Asian countries and they really meditated for 9 months or for years or things like that. So they adapted, and this is the strategy, creative strategy they apply to their audience. So a different market, different customers. So they try to use it anyway. It is successful to certain extent. So the Burmese Buddhists also need to use the creative strategy to convince, to gain the heart of the people to be the good person. So that is why we need to work in the networking big community, to work very hard, to start implementing immediately for our generation, especially the young generation, because they can pick up very well. They are very enthusiastic, and they are very excited to learn something new. So this is if we can create in the creative way to convince them to understand. So I think it is not very difficult, but the problem is not everyone is working together, joining hand together to implement for the work. I think it should be from the education. Fun, creative education that we should do it. Thank you so much.
Mate Faso, please.
First, thank you very much for the panelists for discussions and also the valuable insights that we gained for the discussions and presentation till now. So my point, my thought pop up from all of your discussion is like more link with what the Bande, Siri and other panelists as well, especially for the implementations and interventions of the theory, translated into the tools, and also Mr. Amo discussed, and also the Venerable Lama also presents here. So from the intervention and implementations of the younger generations who are very much addictive to the screen time, and with the games that we discussed, and also like the kind of the application generation. So, and my experiences, my past experiences working with the NGOs and the United Nations agency in collaborations with for the younger generation, like especially for the youth that we have to invent and we have to create in the youth-friendly ways. And not only in, when Surendra also discussed about it, not for the Buddha's teaching. Right now, we are talking about the three main characteristics of the Buddha's scriptures. And even when we work in education, like education is more like the awareness for the younger youth population in the youth-friendly way. So we are at the time is like the NGO workers, and we got the funding from the United Nations agency, especially focused for the youth population. This is called the UNFPA, United Nations Fund for Population Activities. So at the time, we also think about the country context, and also whether it is sensitivity or not, because at the time, like, we are linked with the health education, especially for the adolescents and the younger population. So we got the fund from the United Nations agency, and we are not the implementer. We are kind of the collaboration between the grassroots organization. That is, maybe it is like the religious organizations, but working for the social welfare, like what we discussed now in the younger generations' perspective to improve the Buddha's teaching on the in their daily life social way. So we have to be creative. Yeah, I agree. And also have to think about the youth-friendly ways, even in the education in the except from the religious level that we are talking, there must be the experienced persons, not lay person also, and it could also be like the monks and the people with the monastic background with venerable people, venerable Sayadaw we are discussing. So before in our country context, before the coup in the 2020. It are very much developing. Sorry, like my dog is barking background, but I have to open to discuss with the with you for the microphone. So at that time, we have the special fund and grant granted to the religious organizations who work at the ground level, grassroots organizations, which can be the, because we call it like that, the non-formal education at that time. Yeah. So this is the one way we can, but I'm not very much sure after the 5 or 6 years right now in the 2026, but I think some NGOs who are working still actively in the field of the youth development, adolescents educations. It can be, we can be hand in hand working together with them because the funder and the grantors are mainly from the, like the cooperative and also like what I discussed, like United Nations youth agencies. But implementers are like grassroots level. It can be like the religious organizations. It can be like the social organizations. So because they have the expertise, they have the past experiences, but we are purely religious, and the monks and the nuns, the monastic community is mostly, in my opinion, is very much related to the Buddha scriptures and the Buddha's teachings. We are very good at that. But for the related with the, like the, from the context of the youth friendly ways, there are some, there are some expertise, and there are some experts who are working and getting involved in the real situation and in the real ground. For the Van Visuddha, Seattle has the monastic education. I saw the same course will be the opening soon for the younger generations. We monks have the practice and the specialty and the expertise on the Buddha scriptures and also other. But on the other side, as I discussed, has to be collaborate with the other experts and the experienced lay persons. Maybe it may be the Buddhist followers. We have to shake hands and walking hands in hands. Yeah, I'm not very sure the current situations, but I think there will be there are the ways we can have find out, or the working in collaboration, because in the last previous presentations about the UN SDG goals. So in other countries are also, find the ways, and they share their success stories and working with the religious organizations and the, funder, grantor organizations. So I think for the willingness to get, out of the, find the good ways or the new ways for our youth populations to develop such and such, the Buddha's teaching in a true way, not in theory way. We can find out the ways they are those. That's my perspective, and that's my sharing. So thank you for all. Yes.
Yeah, Ma, thank you very much for sharing. Any comments?
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Medutaso. Thank you for your idea. Actually, I like the idea of developing intervention. I really like it. Actually, I want to do it, but in Myanmar, a Buddhist man is very difficult to do it. But someone, if I have someone who is very interested in those things, I have an idea. That's why I join some kinds of creative mindfulness or something like that. Okay, I have already joined it. Okay, so I can do this. How to do this? And I can do how to. I mean, I can teach it the procedure. But yes, in Myanmar, if a Buddhist man, if they do something like that, and then they might be okay. I don't know how to call. Yeah. Okay. There are lots of vulnerable, and then they have a lot of Buddhist board authority, and then they might see something differently. So I don't dare actually. that is the point. I know what to do, and then I want to do it, but I avoid it. Okay. And then about the hand, and then I like the idea of gaming, but I think Mr. Almo is from the ID department, and then these days with the AI agents, it's very easier to do some kinds of game program. The main thing is these days, and this is the idea. If you have the real idea, and then is it applicable idea, it's okay. You can share it, and then there might be someone who can do it. Okay. Yes, that's my idea. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go to the practical point. In our group, who are familiar with game developer, who can create
So,
the app
I think
only
application developer, because they are very much using not only youth population, we are very much working with the applications. Game is also the one way, and at the same time FCRO, because application has to be developed first. I think so.
I think once I talked with my friend's son in the USA. He's a Lucas movie company. He's a director. I talk about this, but they need money. They will not work for free. So we need to get in the team, like the monks who knows very well about, like the Sanyo Yesaya, something like this. So we have to make it bit by bit to work together. The only thing is the finance, because it's the very large company. Lucas company is a Harry Potter's company. So I talked with him for a long time ago. But only thing is it's a giant project. So because he cannot work alone, so it is in the networking to work with the huge amount of budget, because they are work professional company, they can do it. So it can be easily spread to the world, the game. So I have talked a long time ago. So such a big project is the monks who are able to work as a team. You need to give the feedback. So for the game by game to work together. So this is who can work, who can finance. It's a very big project. I have already talked a long time ago. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Mark, can you connect with
Okay,
me
no
to your contact? That would be awesome. We can keep the conversation going. Because the one disconnect that I see is like we think of when we think about religious mindset or maybe spiritual mindset is different from business world. I get a lot of idea, but it never come to fruition. Is one thing is like, can it be monetized? Can it make money? Because the sustainability is very important. Even if you write an app, there's a cost, there's a maintenance and stuff. Even though you can go through an initial donation, but nobody maintained it and people will stop using it. So it's the sustainability that we need to think about, because we cannot just run like it's going to work because it's a good thing to do, it's a Buddha teaching. That mindset is not going to drive us in the business world. So we really need to plan it and then make sure that the company who do that make money, so that they will keep creating new episode out of it. So we have to come up with very creative idea on that.
Yeah, someday is better than nothing. If we cannot do the real app, we can start a pilot version, trial version. Just
Because
now we got the idea. We can
you
create the
live in USA, so you may contact the Lucas company. His name is Lin Ater. The last name is Ater, Lin Ater. And I introduced him with the Lucas company director, who is the movie star Kojotu's younger brother, Ao Mei. So you may contact they are Burmese, so you can contact two of them in USA. Lin A.
Okay.
Tut is the Lucas company, and another way is Jotu's younger brother, Ao Mei. So it is easy for you to find in USA.
Yeah. Maybe can you send me a Viber message how to find them, or maybe phone number would be helpful. Yeah, just name alone would be.
I lost contact with them because my Facebook was, lost the his new Facebook name, so I lost contact with his name. But I can ask to the parents. His parents live in Bangkok, so I can ask.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wonderful. Yeah, I'm glad that we can get something, not just discussing, we can implement something, and that would be awesome. I would ask everybody to contribute idea, because the reason that our forum exists is to get different idea from different background, different culture, different country, so we can have different perspective, because we have different challenges, but we are solving a problem of human suffering. So
Okay, thank you.
thank you.
Because they make the animation movie. Time is very, time consuming, and also it costs a lot. So, the animation movie, but it will be very successful, I believe. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, we can step fast. First step we can take. Second step we can do. That is I bought the result. I bought. Okay, the real light, real teacher. How about the Venerable Pusum? Do you have any friends who have expert in technology?
Yeah, I will like to add when Siri, right? He said that we are applying 90s teaching to today's generation. But I think like it's not about the generation, it's how you present, right? Like we need to understand our like consumer or customer. Just like an example of popcorn, right? Like corn. If we sell corn in this like street, it's maybe 10 baht here in Thailand. But when it's in cinema movies, it's already 150 for pocket. So that's why I told like we need to be flexible. We need to be repackaging. We need to know our consumer very well. So why we're having gap means I found that many venerables still now have some kinds of traditions that being a monk, I'm a sangha, and you must respect me. So whenever I'm going to teach, I will sit in a chair, you will sit in the ground. That already make a distance between the younger generation and us. We have to change ourselves that we need to think that we are all human beings. So why we need to sit up and why they need to sit? Why we can't sit same level so they can feel that we all are same first? And why we need to be always teacher when we are helping others, we must be more listener than the preacher, right? If you want to connect with another person, it's better you listen more from them. So we need to be like a friend, not a teacher to younger generation. Maybe when we are preaching to our own Buddhist community, maybe they know when we preach, we do this. But maybe for small kids, if you give high five, it's boosting for them. If they question and answer them, oh, good. Instead of that, you give just high five. We can also adapt. And another venerable said that he wants to apply some kinds of singing in his class, but he's a little bit worried because it's not ethical. I will give you one example in Nepal. You may heard about her. Her name is Ani Soyang Doma. She is a non-singer. Actually, in Vajrayana also, if you are bhikkhuni, you are prohibited to sing a song. And when she released her first album, Pulpa Akhama, it was an instant hit. But she faced lots of criticism inside our traditions too, because being a nun while you are singing, it's prohibited. It's against Sila. You are a nun. But until you are willing to do something good, her intention is not to sing a love song, not intention to sing a heartbroken song. If you listen to her song, it's all Dhamma song, all good teachings inside her song, or mantra chanting. Even facing a criticism, if you will to do something good, if it's benefiting more than harming others, then of course it will success. Now she is not as a mantra star world widely, and she is like not only nun, now she become like a celebrity. If repackaging her, she is like a celebrity now. So another example is Tignahan, right? Plum Village. They went to France actually so hard. We can imagine it's not his own country. It's in France. It's totally different country. But he started and he implement all kinds of things, knowing her consumer. Maybe in France, they have like Christianism, they have like praying, right? Singing song to God. So he applied same in Buddhist. So if you go to Palm Village, you can see singing, but not singing just like out of mindfulness, singing mindfully a Buddha song or like impermanent song or something. So it is connecting people so nicely. So maybe the method, the main technique, maybe we can change slightly, but the main teachings doesn't matter it's 90s or hundreds, like before ages or 21st century. Truth remain always universal, always same. So we need to focus in the truth, and then we need to apply accordingly, in not against ethically, but if you are not harming, if you are not doing, like being a bhikkhu, we know parajika is the main problem, right? To let you out from
Yes, for your information, I also saw I haven't saw that movie, but just a few days ago they asked me to join that one to watch the movie. Yes, you know that it is very different from tradition to tradition. Maybe in Mahayana tradition, Buddhist monks and nuns, Buddhist monks and nuns are allowed to sing a song even in the public. But in Theravada tradition, it's a very is a kind of cardinal sense, okay, especially in Myanmar, okay. So we can do that one too. Yeah. Yes, I know the situation, and we need to create the how to teach that one. Yes, I understand what you are saying. But yes, in our country, normally normally we don't dare do some kinds of, I mean, public. Some we can break some rules in the public. Okay, that's it. Okay, because
And
you know
now,
in yes
yeah,
in sorry in even the Buddha said, see, so in Theravada tradition, even the Buddha said, even the Dharma we shouldn't sing a song, just like even if it's the Dharma. So it is in Gautara Nikaya, I think, in the Buddha said, okay, even the Dharma you shouldn't sing a song. Yeah, yeah. Okay, thank you for your insight. Okay.
So my comment is that we kind of like don't like mixing the religion with the people's matter, especially something like singing. The thing is that people are going to listen to song, they're going to go party, they're going to do a bunch of sensual pleasure anyway. But the question is that why can't we do it in a Buddhist way? Maybe a little bit more mindful way. Because there's a black and white situation that people are talking about, especially in my country also. And then people doesn't want religious people to be singing, but religious people not singing is okay. But somebody in the middle, like lay person like us, we organize something like that, then like Venerable Visuddha said, something is better than nothing because they're going to go mindlessly, go to the club and sing and dance and stuff. Why don't we create a space that can cultivate a little bit of mindfulness and teaching and then do it properly, then that would be a big win for point of you know uh, easing the suffering. So that's my perspective on that.
okay, we had to find some way. We need innovation. We need innovative way without breaking the rule, without downgrading our culture, our tradition. We can find a new way. But right now, we got the idea as the first one that came in, creating the app, creating the game. Another one, singing the song, okay, like a music channel. What is another channel? What will we to the generation, old and new generation? That's practical way. What will be another channel? I invite some young wine today, but they are not happy to join here. Maybe they're afraid of it. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So,
and you?
oh, hold on. Let me unmute you.
Okay, and yes, sorry if I say if I kind of I mean so maybe because of my words you might feel a little bit shocked. So you are talking some of you are talking about the to attract young people to Buddhism. Yes, why we are talking about this thing? So if they think it's a value and they will come just like business model. So if they think it's a valuable, they will buy it. And otherwise they won't do it. Okay, that's why I said before. Okay, you will be a little bit shocked with my question. And another one is yes, when I join some creative mindfulness or meditation, and I have some idea. That's it's about real value. So, for example, there are many people who are selling lots of things to solve some problems, but they are sometimes they are Buddhist way, and sometimes they are not the real Buddhist way. So why we are not selling the real value of the Buddhism, apart from integrating with the other things? Yeah, and that's another idea for me. Okay, that's why when I join some my SB or say, Insight Dialogue meditation retreat, and then I just return to our traditional way. I'm not saying it will be successful or not, but yes, I feel satisfied with that one. Yeah, that's my idea. Okay.
Yeah, my message person.
Yeah, my consideration is, yeah, even though we are talking about the how to develop the tools and how to we imagine the very creative and the thoughtfulness to translate the theory into tools. At the same time, as also we discussed beforehand, the younger generation, especially the youth population, including our country, I'll be truly based my country experiences, even and also my personal experiences, in my 30s, 20s, let's say, same as like youth population currently in the country. They are more like yeah, even though we create, okay, I'm not very much negative, but we have to we have to think upon and shed a light on the how we can attract the younger generations habitually means because they are far away, they are alien to the religious things. Please forgive me using the word religious, because the Buddhist teachings and scriptures are, in my opinion, it is more than far beyond the religion. It is practical way, practiceness, like discuss about the mindfulness, more like the spiritual. So they are very abstract. Modern generations and modern youth peoples are very much practical. So in spiritual things, like untouched, this abstract, the ball in Burmese, the ball, they are not appearance, the ball kanda. In this way, how we can attract these, youth people in their younger lives. I'm also, in my younger days is I work, I experience is the Christianity community, like in the Sunday school. We also have the Buddha, yes, in the summertime. But they make the create with the since they are young, they have the very much fun. Sunday school activities are more like the fun activities for us. We also participated. So I mean, like I'm not very much focused on it. I'm just compare about it. But today's younger populations are very much alien to, and they are very they only interested in the concrete things, not abstract things. So our Buddhist teachings are more spiritual, even in the when I talk with my American friends, my American folks in the Dhamma talk, same what Guamu said in his class, more like they are in the people in the business class. In the Dhamma talk, and the Dhamma has the very few people. My American Dhamma colleague also discussed, May, you are also interested why, because I'm younger, relatively I'm younger than that. They are in their 70s, 60s. They just interest in our country, same as like you, same as like in your country. Only the older generation talk about and started to interested in the Westerners and Western Buddhists started to learn about the spiritual things like mindfulness and the karuna and the loving kindness. So my thinking, my talk point here is that even though we created, I'm not very negative, no, but it is thought, I think it is food for thought. We put the seed, the mass seed, or how can we develop the mentality of the younger people to be, more like in the, more fond of the Buddhist way, Buddhist teachings. If we created the applications, we have to monitor, not only develop just then it's finished. It's not like that. In daily or the weekly or monthly monitoring has to be. I think we can think about is and follow up on that, because we have to just think about the very first beginning. Something is better than nothing approach. We are thinking like that, but at the same time, my discussion is we in our younger generation interest how to take their mentality and how we put the seed into their mind of such tranquility, such loving kindness, and such the three characteristics, valuable things of the Buddha scriptures. We have to put seed take root in their mind, rather than also technology is thinking their youth-friendly way has to be thought about, has to be shed light, but at the same time how we put to really attract their real interest on the these spiritual things. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. So since we are running short of time, we will continue informal discussion after our closing. So I have one closing comment. We have a wonderful discussion today from different perspective, from different cultural background, different country. So I really appreciate everybody inputs. One thing before we leave to have our thinking process going is to think about Buddha was enlightened over 2,500 years ago. Think about it. If Buddha has enlightened in 25th century, how would he teach? So that's something that I would like everybody to think about. If Buddha is enlightened in 21st century and alive right now, how would he teach to the people right now? That would be our thoughts for after the forum. So thank you very much. With that, I would like to give the floor to Venerable Visuddha for a note of appreciation. Pompom, are you there?
Yeah. Thank you very much, Venerable Pusong Lama and Venerable Vimalananda, Venerable Vanasiri, Dekaji Uamu, and other participants. And my main purpose is to create the network of the International Buddhist Organization. So we have taken the first step. We got the idea to create a network and to spread Buddhism from this forum. So I hope our forum will increase with the broad way. And I wish all of you to join from time to time and to cooperate hand in hand in the future too. So thank you very much for our small token. I'd like to present the certificate that is just for example and one by one, and we send to your email message. So thank you very much now, Venerable, or Venerable. Hope to see you again. Okay.
Thank you, Venerable Sayadaw. So let us conclude our forum by reciting Buddha Sarana Siddham Daitatut Suite 3 times.
Buddha Dadana Siddham Daitatut Buddha
Dadana Sivan Theta Buddha Dadana Sivan Theta Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu. And also we have the talk every week so that people can join on a Sunday. I won't tell the Zoom and time anymore. I don't know the head guys stay on online or not. So and then sorry about the disturbance.